one time for your mind.
Welcome to Sunbeasts Live. I'm Adrian Valente with Sunbit, and if you are one of our dealership partners, you're in the right place. Happy Wednesday, February 25th, and thanks for joining our weekly educational livecast to help certified and trained Sunbeasts like you continue your education to help build your comfort and confidence offering Sunbit on your service drives. And for those of you that are new to the live Zoom events, you have a couple of controls to participate in the conversation, ask us questions, or just share how you're feeling. And if you're watching us live on YouTube, you can still join Sunbeasts Live on Zoom, where you can earn your Sunbeast rewards points in your Sunbeast app as our way of saying thank you for making the time. And if you're watching a recording of this on Spotify or YouTube at a later time, you can always sign up for our live shows on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And since we cover different topics each week, if you need help with anything, or we're not really hitting on what you need out of today's session, you can always contact success@sunbit.com to help with scheduling team training, one-on-one coaching, or consulting you with anything you need to be successful using Sunbit, including marketing refills, turning on Sunbit in Spanish, and all the other great features we have at Sunbit. And none of this stuff costs you anything extra. These are just complimentary services that we provide to all of our merchant partners. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, we are joined by show producer and co-host. Please welcome to the program, Queenita Brown. Queenita, how are you?
I am wonderful. Happy Wednesday. Happy end of the month. February's over. Yes. 2026.
My goodness, woo. I can't believe it. And hello, chat. Good to see everybody. A lot of the regulars. Hey, Yuri's here. Oh, my goodness. Our guest from last week. If you missed it, you can catch clips of Yuri on YouTube Shorts, as well as catch the full episode on Spotify and YouTube. Great episode last week. Yuri, we miss you too. So good. She put on an absolute clinic, part of AutoNation. So if you're at an AutoNation service drive, you can hear from one of your own. Yuri, great job last week.
And clips on Sunbit in Spanish, too. So if you guys go to our YouTube. Ooh.
Sunbit in Spanish, the hottest update from last year.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Now, today we're playing it a bit loose. We're just doing live audience Q&A. But before we get to it, I know a lot of you saw communications in your Sunbeast mobile app and the Sunbeast weekly newsletter that we got the full details on the Elite Escape, which many of you have been hearing about.
Elite Escape?
And we also, I believe we have, hold on a second, I believe we have Martine Padilla from Team Sunbit, who's going to be here in chat helping us answer questions about the Elite Escape. But hold on, what are we talking about? Well, first and foremost, we're 10 years old. We're celebrating 10 years at Sunbit. It's a big year for us, and to mark the 10 years, we are 10 years of helping people, 10 years of growth, 10 years of Sunbeasts like you stepping it up. So we asked ourselves, how do we celebrate performance in a way that actually feels worthy of it? And hold on a second. Let's start queuing this up a little bit. Hold on. The Elite Escape. The Elite Escape brought to you by Sunbit. If you're familiar with President's Clubs, this is basically Sunbit's version of a President's Club. It's a destination incentive created to recognize our top performers. So the Elite Escape, it's going to be an unforgettable experience. And Queenita and I are pretty excited to talk about the full details, which we're releasing today. It's the first time we're going into it. So if you haven't guessed already, we're going to Hawaii. And we're pretty excited. I've never been, truth be told.
I haven't either. Yeah.
My goodness. Maybe so, and it doesn't need a passport, so you can easy to get there, right? So 20 Sunbeasts plus a guest. You get to bring a guest, which is fantastic. So let's actually talk about this. This is going to be a fully covered 3-night group getaway in Honolulu for you and a guest. So drop us in the chat. Hold on, let us know. How do you do the tree emoji?
Ooh.
What's that one? That's
the palm tree. If you are down to go to Hawaii, be a part of the Sunbit Elite Escape, let's see those palm trees flowing in chat. Oh yeah, William, I see you. Okay.
So we got the goods. Here's what's up. It's a 3-night getaway. You can win a fully covered 3-night vacation in Hawaii for you and a guest, including round-trip flights for 2, 3 nights in a premium hotel, a welcome reception from Sunbit, celebration dinner, free time to relax and explore, and more. And there's a couple things we want to clarify here. I'm going to pull this up full screen. This isn't a solo vacation. It's a full Sunbeast celebration with all your fellow winners. We're really excited for this. Plenty to enjoy. The hosted experiences are going to be tremendous. And there's 2 paths to win. So let's talk about that together real quick. Queenita, we're going to be looking at top performers.
Yes.
So the best of the best. These are the people that are going to be helping folks the most between March 2nd and May 30th. So that's the time frame for the Elite Escape to rack up a bunch of raffle entries, because we're going to choose some random people outside of the top performers. We're really excited about this.
Yeah.
Well, we got like 5. We got a couple additional spots, and all it takes is just 10 Sunbits.
Between
and that
March
gives
and
you.
May.
Yeah. Now, here's the things that are kind of interesting. Okay, so once you help 10 people with Sunbit, and you get to 10 Sunbits, it will unlock all of your raffle entries. You're going to get 10 raffle entries, 1 for every Sunbit. So every Sunbit or every person you help past 10, you get another entry, another entry, another entry. So let's say, you've helped. The limit does not. We need that meme. We need that meme in here. So, let's say you help 11 people with Sunbit, 11 raffle entries. 25 people, 25 raffle entries. Every single person counts. So the more you help, the greater chance you have to winning a spot on the trip. So we are pretty excited about this. Let's go into the chat and make sure we're seeing questions.
So not
Purchases.
just applications, it has to be purchases. So not scans, not applications, purchases.
Yeah, good question.
Oh, there's Martine.
Top on the app.
Martine.
Ooh, we're looking at top nationwide. This is the biggest competition. We're looking at the best of the best. It doesn't matter where you're located. Has nothing to do with the leagues from the Sunbeast Awards.
Good
and
question. Can I track it live? Yes, you can.
Yes. In fact, if you want to make sure you have access and you are opted in to the Elite Escape, we highly recommend checking out this QR code. I'm going to put the link for the type form here in the chat for everybody. And then you can let us know, hey, I'm in. I want to do this. We'll make sure you get all the communications. You find out about the leaderboards and more. We're actually, the official leaderboard is about to come out. We're pretty excited. So that way you can see exactly where you stand. You'll know your rank. You'll know how close you are. So no guessing, no, nebulous, like what's going on? Like, how are they doing this? All you got to do, opt in, let us know that you want to do this. Just scan the QR code or use the link on the screen. And all you need to do is give us your Sunbeast email. That's it. Not too shabby, right? I mean, what was the time frame again? Hold on, Queenita, let's go back to that. March 2nd to May 30th.
So obviously
Sunbits?
there's no leaderboard yet because it hasn't started yet, right? So yeah. March 2nd's when it starts, and then you guys will be able to track. You're opted in, and you'll be on your merry way to going to Hawaii.
Very exciting. Yeah, we are. And for folks asking, if you miss any of these details or you want to revisit, this is live on YouTube right now. So you can always go back into YouTube, search for Sunbeast Live, and you can go back into this recording. You'll also find us uploaded to Spotify later this afternoon. But big news. Let's see, because this is our Q&A episode. Any questions about Elite Escape? About QR code again, Jason Seiler. I got you. There you go. We also have
just
Martine
big things.
Padilla.
Remember, we have our top people who are going to be selected between that time frame, the top, the most, and then you have the random who get at least 10 Sunbits between March 2nd and May 30th. So everyone has a chance. All you have to do is offer to every person, every time, 10 Sunbits, easy peasy between March and May. So 10 Sunbits, 10 raffles, 50 Sunbits, 50 raffles, 700 Sunbits, 700 raffle tickets. All right.
Martine from Team Sunbit letting us know there's going to be total of 20 winners in the auto industry. Incredible. You just got to help at least 10 customers for your chance to join the crew. And Anthony, unlimited raffle entries. let's get confirmation from Martine. Unlimited raffle entries, one for every customer helped.
The limit does not exist.
That's incredible. This is all inclusive. Yeah, Ashley, we're taking care of it.
Flights paid, hotel, there's dinners planned, some activities. So a lot of good stuff. And you'll still have time to spend with your plus one. So it's not like we're going to have you booked every hour of every day. You'll still have time to spend with your plus one and enjoy Hawaii as well.
And you get to be with your fellow Sunbeasts. You're getting to meet people you've been seeing on the show for a while. Pretty incredible. So we're really excited about that. But yeah, Martine confirming with us, Sunbit, taking care of all of it. Taking care of all of it. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. You get Alan, good point. With Sunbeast rewards, yeah.
So it's a twofer. It's a twofer, Alan. Not only can you be able to get into this excursion, this getaway, but you're also racking up rewards. Look at that. Win-win.
Yes.
Win-win.
Ashley asking, what's the timeline? So you're getting a heads up to this. It officially starts March 2nd. And it goes until May 30th. So March 2nd, you're gonna be seeing a lot of communications about this. And to help out,
yes, it does include your plus one. So we're paying for you and a plus one.
Nice. And yeah, Damon making a good point. You could use your rewards to buy a bunch of extra stuff while you're out there. Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a pretty good one. I like it. I like it.
But wait, Adrian, aren't we doing something fun next week to kick off?
That's right.
Escape?
Now, to kick off the Elite Escape, our episode promoting Sunbit, we are going to be giving away some sunglasses, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's going to be some Sunbeast swag to help you get ready for the summer, get ready for Hawaii. So everyone who's able to join the episode next week, if you're able to opt in, you can get some custom sunglasses, some good swag. We know everybody likes swag. And then on the heels of that, we have a special guest joining us on the 11th from Hudson Auto Group, Cash Hannay. She is not only a Sunbeast Award winner, she is a Hudson Auto winner from last year. She's going to be showing up as our guest to put on a clinic for you Sunbeasts and help
we
get
know you love the guests. We get in the post-event survey all the time. You guys love to hear from your peers and other folks in the Sunbeast community and even Sunbit employees. So we're bringing her on. She's great. I think you guys are going to love her and have a great time.
And then on the 18th, we're going to be talking about the pre-qualification link, the most popular, most effective tool in the Sunbit toolbox, where 70% of applicants that are approved are converting to closed CPROs. So if you're looking for ways to move the needle, our next 3 episodes are exactly what you need to make the most out of Elite Escape. We're going to put the QR code one more time on the screen so you can opt in. We have Martine in the chat to continue answering questions, but anything else related to Elite Escape, let us know here in the chat. And with that, let's go ahead and shift gears a little bit, and hopefully this works, but let's get into today's topic. I know, you can keep yours on. It just, I don't have hair, so it scratches my scalp. It's kind of itchy. All right. So with Q&A, this is our opportunity. Well, Nita, how do you explain this, what we're about to do?
I mean, Q&A is one of your favorite topics for us. You know, you guys always have a lot of good questions in chat. Sometimes it may not be related to the topic. And so we do our Q&A episodes so we can answer your questions that have come through the post-event survey. Or if you have any questions just randomly right now, you can throw it in the chat. But we are answering your questions live, spinning the wheel of questions and landing on some questions to help get them answered.
All right.
We are answering your questions.
So these are the ones they submitted through the surveys, right? Yeah?
Yes. These are questions from the post-event survey. So we'll start with this. But if you have any other questions, you can throw them in chat, and we'll get to that too.
Let's do it. And we're going to keep an eye on chat. So if anything comes up, of course, we'll pivot and answer.
What's the age minimum? It looks like we have a question in chat.
Is that for Sunbit?
Like to apply?
18. Except I believe in Alabama it's 19. There is one state.
The trip.
The trip. Oh, I'm assuming it's 18. Actually, that's a good question. Martine?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Can we get confirmation in the chat? Hold on. Thomas asking while we wait for Martine to get us back for the trip, we'll confirm and get back to you. Now, good question. They got us.
That is a good question.
Actually, who asked that? Who asked that? Hold on a second. Who asked that question? What was let's go back.
Faustino Lozano.
Faustino.
Sorry if I said that wrong.
You know what? We'll do some bonus points here as a thank you for your patience as we get an answer to you. So Faustino, we'll do how many points for the inconvenience? 20 points. All right, you heard it here. So Faustino, we'll get you marked down. All right, we'll get back to you. Good one. That was a good one. Thomas Yadrin, if they choose the 12 months and they pay 1 month, do they get the 0%? That's a very good question. Many of you have the flavor of Sunbit where maybe they get 0% for 30 days, 0% for 90 days. If they choose the 12 month that has interest and they pay it off early, are they very good? Erica Taylor with the correct answer, no. 3 months only. Very good. Very good.
But they'll only be paying 1 month of interest if they pay it in the 1 month. So they're not paying the full 12 months of interest, just the interest that's baked into that first payment.
Yeah, Wasif bringing it up. No, because they got to lock it in with that option. However, Thomas Yadrin, your dealership is on the 30 days deferred interest program. So regardless of which payment option they choose, if they do pay it off within 30 days, no interest. But some of you have the 3-month option that you lock it in. You lock in the 0% for 3 months, and then the other ones have interest. And then some of you are on that new approved all program where nearly 100% of folks are getting approved on Sunbit with $400 minimum approvals and more. Lots of good stuff there. But Thomas bringing up a good point. Yeah, you are on that version of Sunbit where you see that pop-up saying, hey, 30 days. And like I know my Hyundai, when I go to Riverside Hyundai, I get the 3 months. I get the 3-month option. So if you're ever confused about this stuff, I'm going to put it on the screen. You can always contact success@sunbit.com. Thomas, no way. Are you for real? You guys just started on the 3 months? Incredible. Congratulations. Just to make sure what we're talking about, because this is probably one of the most popular options to help you generate more CPROs, right? So if we're talking about Elite Escape and how you get ready for March 2nd, let's talk about this real quick. We're going to go to my iPad and we're logged in as Riverside Hyundai, my local Hyundai dealership. This is real. We're going to click David Ruiz. He's my service manager. I'm going to scan my ID. Let me bring up a little privacy screen real quick. Hold on a second. Because oh no, my privacy screen. I got to do it.
He was about to give you all the deets.
All the deets. Hold on. I gotta. Let me. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, let me do this real quick. We're just gonna scan. I'm gonna get my details, phone number and email, copy to form. Okay, how much do I get approved for at my Riverside Hyundai? Hold on a second. Doing this live. This is for reals. All right, $10,000. Oh my goodness, not too shabby. Hey, look at me. But it's because I've done 5 Sunbits. I'm a returning customer. I got the Sunbit. I'm an employee. I've been and coming up on my 10-year anniversary. So maybe I got the 10,000 for 10 years. Maybe that. Let's go ahead and put in how much I'm spending today. Okay, so what are we talking about? We're talking about the 0% for 3 months option. When you are helping your customers navigate what's available to them, they can go through all of these buttons and see which monthly payment option works best for them. But be sure to let them know, hey, that 3-month one is no interest at all. So instead of spending $1,000 today, you'd only have to spend, what is my amount due at checkout? $100. So you just have to pay $100 today. And then 3 other payments of $300, no interest. Especially maybe I'm waiting, maybe I get my tax return and I want to pay this off. I can do that. Maybe I'm sitting there going, you know what? I like the 0%. And this happens a lot. This is a good way to get your foot in the door with folks to just see for themselves. Seeing is believing. You got to see, what your options are. But maybe I like that lower monthly payment. And I got a lower amount due at checkout. Now it's $50. I can see it down there. And my interest is around $8.70 a month. But it's a simple interest loan, right? I can pay this off early, no penalties, no fees, and I pay less interest. So Thomas, longtime Sunbeast, now on the 0% for 3 months program, that's what we find is that, hey, 90 days, no interest, really option. Anthony asking a good question. Is it okay to say, hey, for the zero interest option, we take on a fee to be able to provide that option. Well, Anthony, I'm going to say no. And just full transparency, like you dealerships, your pricing structure doesn't change based on any of this. It doesn't matter how much they're spending. It doesn't matter which option they choose. The cost to the dealership is always the same with the Sunbit. Dealership service drives, it's a very flat, predictable cost, which makes it great. Now, what you can say is that, yeah, the dealership does pay to have Sunbit, right? So this is a tool that the dealership pays for to help customers alleviate stress from having to pay for all this up front. So Anthony, maybe that helps you out a little bit. Some people around him say that. Yeah, maybe if, it's more about like, this is a convenience, a service, an amenity that the dealership has brought on, because you can't find Sunbit everywhere, right? You got to be a merchant partner of ours, at least as it stands of this recording, right? So if you're trying to provide that as more of a value add for customers, yeah, that totally works. Yeah, this is an amenity. It's a convenience, something the dealership has taken on, and we provide this to
options.
You. Yeah. And if we want to get really transparent with it, yeah, the merchant fee to you guys that you pay Sunbit is what subsidizes the interest for the customer. It helps us mitigate risk, and we can lower all the costs for the customer, right? So it's in that sense, that's why we are partners, right? You have the dealership and Sunbit creating an experience to alleviate stress for customers, and you pay us a fee. We take on the risk in servicing the loan, and everyone's happy. It boosts your CSI scores. They give us good reviews, good stuff like that. So really great tangent. This is probably one of the most powerful tips you can leverage going into the Elite Escape. Leverage your monthly payment options. All right.
Let's see if we can get a question.
Good Q&A today.
Okay. How can a customer make multiple payments towards their loan?
Interesting. Anybody in the chat wanna give us?
Hey, look at Rolando. Good.
Oh, that was quick on the draw. Yep.
Their app.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the Sunbit app for customers is a great tool that allows folks to update their debit card details, make manual payments. Of course, they can also call and talk to support. But for managing the loans, especially if they perhaps maybe have more than one, which is definite. At one point, I had 3 Sunbits that overlapped, and I managed those 3 loans right there in the Sunbit app. So if you've done a Sunbit yourself, I know many of you have, you know exactly what that's all about. So you can use the app or call. Very good. All right. Next one.
All right. Another one. What do I do or say if someone is declined? Great question.
I have some visuals to help with this. Let me see if I can pull it up.
This is a very popular one too. We get this one a lot in the post-event surveys. So good one to answer.
We were talking about this quite a bit yesterday as we were prepping for this. So let's talk about a decline, or when someone is denied an approval or they're not approved. What actually happens? And some of you probably you haven't experienced this quite often. We have high approval rates, but remember that when someone isn't approved, there's going to be a pop-up on the screen that says, unfortunately, we were not able to approve the applicant at this time. An email is sent to the applicant with more details from Sunbit, because legally we can't share with you why they got declined. That is private information, and this is why they got to verify their email on the tablet before they're approved or declined. So in case this happens, we can make sure we're sending the information to the correct verified email address. But 2 very important things to remember. You did not impact their credit score to apply. There is no hard credit inquiry, and you didn't waste their time. And you have the opportunity to share the pre-qualification link for them to visit in the future. Because even though they may not have been approved now, doesn't mean they won't get approved later. Remember, the approval rate lock is 28 days, which also applies to declines. So if in a month they want to check it out again, or at any point in the future, they can save your pre-qualification link. So Queenita and I put together a talk track to help you with the verbiage you can use for folks. So what can you say when someone is declined? Although we couldn't get an approval today, I'm glad we checked so you could explore the option. You'll get an email from Sunbit with more details, but let's go ahead and review some other payment options together. That's the ticket. So keep it simple. Operate with empathy. Communicate clearly and transparently. And even if you fumble this stuff, that's okay. You can always get partner support on the phone to help you as well. So that was a good one. All right, Queenita, back to the wheel. I think we got that one locked in.
All right.
That's not the wheel. This is the wheel. There we go. All right.
How do I earn Sunbeast points besides joining the webinars?
Ooh, that's a good one. So we're talking Sunbeast app.
Hey,
we're talking
Stacey.
Sunbeast app.
All right,
And the
Anthony.
quizzes. So
Send
there
those
we go.
links. Okay.
We're cooking. This is pretty good. Look at the group go.
Yeah,
I don't
think
even.
they got it.
I don't even need to
Okay,
answer
just
this.
kidding. No.
We got it. All right. Call the show. Roll credits. So we're talking Sunbeast app. We're talking Sunbeast app. Now, with the Sunbeast app, this is not for customers. This is for you. If you are on this right now and you are a trained and certified Sunbeast and you're not using the Sunbeast app, you're missing out because you earn points for all sorts of different activities as our way of saying thank you for the effort. So you send a pre-qualification link. As soon as someone clicks your link, you get points. Doesn't matter if they're approved or declined. Same with scanning a customer on the tablet. Closing a transaction also gives you points. So if your team is handling different touch points in the journey for customers, maybe you're scanning people up front during the additional service recommendations you're giving, and then you have a cashier who's closing the transactions, you both are earning points for your part in the transaction. And then, of course, all of the challenges, giveaways. Queenita has those sun clips that get posted to the Sunbeast app with quizzes taken from the show, and, of course, all the other cool things that are going on. So with the Sunbeast app, all of those points will unlock cash milestones that appear in your wallet that you can redeem through Venmo, PayPal, or a variety of different gift card options. And we encourage you to make sure you have your notifications turned on. So go into your Sunbeast app, look in the menu, you'll see the bell icon with notification settings, and especially for things like extra cash mode, you don't want to miss out when those things happen. We want to make sure you don't miss out on opportunities to earn, especially for your efforts with Sunbit. Make sure you have that turned on. Also go into your phone settings, whether it's Android or iOS, and make sure you have your notifications enabled for the Sunbeast app, especially with the Elite Escape. You do not want to miss any of the news that's happening with the Elite Escape. All right, Queenita, pretty good one. Do we got time?
Yes.
We got time.
I don't know. Okay, one
One
more?
more.
Okay.
One more. Here we go.
Okay, how do I send pre-qual links and track them, which is great to prepare for the Elite Escape. So let's pull it up.
Yeah, we also have a dedicated episode coming up in 3 weeks just for the pre-qualification links. The reason why pre-qual links are so popular is because of the conversion rate we see in the data. 70% of people playing around with a pre-qualification link end up using Sunbit. So if you have access to your tablet, you can quickly send this from the menu in the top right corner. If you're using the business dashboard, you can also send links from dashboard.sunbit.com, and we are working on an update where soon all the links you send from your tablet will be trackable with status updates here in the dashboard. Now, if you want to earn additional Sunbeast rewards points for your pre-qualification link, like you're seeing in chat with a lot of people putting QR codes in the lobby, attaching them to things, if you send the link to yourself, you're going to get a version of the link that has a code on it where you earn rewards points. This is a big deal. And this is where people are taking the tablet, sending the link to themselves, and then simply copying the link and pasting it into QR code generators to make QR codes. They're putting them in email signatures. You got Sunbeasts like Damon Seiler putting them in text message templates and more. So use that tablet to send pre-qualification links. Make sure you send one to yourself so you can copy and paste it so you can just use it whenever. And then you can also check out your dashboard as well. Let's go ahead and check in on the Q&A real quick. Queenita, we're going to check in. William asking, when will the
Adrian,
winners
you just
be
made a
notified?
super Sunbeast. Did you realize that?
Wait, what happened? What did I miss?
You said Damon Seiler. You made like the Megatron of Sunbeast.
I'm so sorry. I combined your names. I'm getting older, guys. Like I'm just You know,
Sorry,
anyways.
But the first question that was in Q&A was answered because he ended up putting it in chat. So the winners would be announced after the competition ends, so probably around June. And then I didn't see Luigi's.
Luigi. Good. We're good there. Okay,
you're answering right now.
we love these episodes. We didn't get nearly to all of them, but we're going to save this stuff for a future Q&A episode. So
we'll update it too. So if you guys have other questions that maybe you want asked, then take the post-event survey, throw your questions in there, and we'll add them to the wheel for next time. Carl, you can get one of these shirts from Adrian. He will just design and draw one up for you and just shoot it your way.
Oh my gosh. If you missed the beginning of the episode, make sure you are opted in to stay up to date on everything happening with the Sunbit Elite Escape and your opportunity to earn a trip to Hawaii for you and a +1. And this starts March 2nd. Opt in today and get ready for the Elite Escape and join all of your Sunbeasts in Hawaii. For upcoming episodes, if you're here right now in Zoom events, you are already signed up and you should have calendar invites and reminders for next week's episode on best tips for promoting Sunbit. And then we have Cash Hannay from Hudson Auto Group joining us on the 11th. And then we're going to be doing a deep dive into the pre-qualification link and all the tips we just scratched the surface of today. And of course, if you are looking for clips of the show, you can find them on YouTube Shorts, and you can find full episodes on YouTube and Spotify. Spotify episodes available a couple hours after the show airs. But check out that Sunbeast app so you don't miss out on opportunities to earn additional rewards points and more. But a huge thank you from all of us. Nita, what did I miss?
Don't forget, next week, you guys join us. You're going to get a little piece of tropical swag to kick off the Elite Escape. So be there or be square. I did see a question in chat. How can I log into the dashboard online? Dashboard.sunbit.com. And you'll log in with the same username and password as the tablet. All right. But yes, see you next week. We hope you're just as excited as the Elite Escape as we are. And we are here to help you get the most raffle entries and have the highest chances of winning that trip for you and a +1.
Nice. Well, I'm sorry we went past time today by a few minutes, but from all of us at Sunbit, thank you so much for being part of the Sunbeast user community, for continuing your education with us here on Sunbeast Live, and hopefully we will catch you on the next one. It's Adrian and Queenita, and we're going to dance this one out, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Get ready for Elite Escape! Oh, it's going to be a good one. I want to go. Oh, man. I wish I was a Sunbeast. One day.